When you're fishing at the legendary Lake Chickamauga, you just have to assume that any hook set could be that 10+ pound freak. You may have went hours or even days without a bite, but if you get that one that pulls back out there, you just hope and you pray that it's one of those fish of a lifetime bites. That's a giant, dude. Oh my God, that might be the biggest bag. That's one of the biggest bass I've ever caught. Get him, grab him, Aaron. How is it going, guys? BassMill96 here, and today is another episode of the Carhartt College Bassmaster National Championship Series. That's a freaking mouthful. But today's video is where things start getting pretty interesting. We start getting on some fish, and you guys are not going to want to miss it. So stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And if you guys have not already watched the other videos, go check them out. They're going to be linked down in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into the fishing right now. Welcome back to practice day number 3 for the Bassmaster College National Championship presented by Carhartt. We are out here, it almost looks like a tournament day. There's literally boats all up here, staged, ready to launch, and they do this for the last day of practice, just as kind of a little mock run. So it's still practice, we're not keeping any fish in the live well, but we have one more day to figure out these bass. Try to figure out how to catch some big old Chickamauga studs, because so far, if you guys have watched the first 2 videos, it is not going so well for us, but we have some ideas. We're gonna try some different stuff. We're gonna try to find some more ledges and hopefully catch some big old Chickamauga studs, but we're getting ready to launch right now, and let's get this day underway here. We decided to make our way down to where I caught that fish in like 40 feet of water from the previous day, because we started second guessing whether or not those fish were bass, and we just wanted to be sure that that was actually a school of bass down there. Oh, you have absolutely no idea how hard I just got hit. If you're my lure, it was like this. Well, out of all like 3 bites that I've got here in Chickamauga, that was definitely the best one too. Like, I'm not even kidding, like insane. It feels like it.
Come on, bring it up.
Yes, dude. I think so. I'm very confused.
Bring it up.
What is going on?
Are you reeling?
It's coming up. Oh, it's moving, whatever it is. Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's probably what.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Looks about right to me. So I landed that goofy catfish down there in that school of fish, and it pretty much confirmed for us that that bass from the day before was probably a fluke, and we decided to actually abandon the deep bite altogether. So that talk from Matt Herron the day before really started getting to us, and we decided we want to go fish our strengths. We need to go find some grass and maybe some docks, stuff like that, stuff that we're used to fishing, and we headed up shallow. I gotta deal, like, if you're on a school, it's oh here. If you're on a school that's eating, look at that, dude. A bass? Are you freaking kidding me? It's not even a keeper.
Yeah, it's giant.
A bass? Oh God, oh goodness, oh gracious. On the cutter worm. Barely hooked. So, not even a keeper. Okay, so little chunk, not a keeper. Caught him on the cutter worm. We're up shallow now, fishing like 6 to 8 feet of water. And yeah, an actual living creature. Pretty nice when you catch living creatures. What'd you say? I have a bad hook on, but that was
a good one on.
I should. Dude, look. Scaly.
Look, cut that.
Oh, I need the big cutter worm. I think they like it. I'm throwing like a 2-aught hook with a 7-inch worm. That's the dumbest thing I've ever done. I put it on there for the Rage Menace. So we started getting bites, we started catching some fish, and we were feeling pretty good about this little shallow deal. We were sitting in about 3 feet of water. There's grass everywhere. It looks just freaking juicy. And before we leave the spot, we decided let's go try the break right here, right where that grass kind of ends. And we move out into like 6 to 10 feet of water. There we go. Oh my god, it's a giant. It's a freaking... It's a giant, dude. Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding me? Are we recording? Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's bigger than a 5.
Oh my
That might be
god,
like an 8.
dude.
Can we get it?
Yes. Oh my god, that might be the biggest bag. That's one of the biggest bass I've ever caught. Get him, grab him, Aaron. Oh, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Aaron and I have had the worst practice on Chickamauga that I've ever had in my life, probably. We've caught like 4 bass, and we've been getting bites over here, and I finally stuck one. I upped my hook size because I was throwing way too small of a hook. At least a 5. I honestly would say at least a 5. Absolutely huge. She's a little bit gross looking, but a freaking monster Chickamauga bass. But we're gonna get her back in the water and hopefully figure out some more stuff. But this is definitely the area that we're going to. So like my second cast out deep, I hooked that big old cutter worm out there. I feel that tick, set the hook, and immediately what goes running through my mind is, this is a freaking 10 pounder, this is a freaking 10 pounder. And it jumps up in the air and it wallows and it looks like it's like a 7 pounder. I'm freaking out. I haven't seen a bass over like 2.5 pounds for like the past like 2 days land in our boat. So I don't even know what to think. Finally, we're getting on a good bite. We're finding some fish and we're feeling super confident in this grass bite. So we got one big one and we got a few little bites up shallow, and we're feeling good about that spot, so we decided to go try to find some more stuff that looks similar to where we just caught those fish. So we found some really similar looking areas. We basically just went up to them, graphed them, found grass down there, and then just marked a waypoint. We didn't really fish these spots because we did not want to burn any fish that we didn't have to. And then after that, we decided we have not fished any docks seriously for the past like 3 days. So we moved up and we decided, let's go skip a jig underneath some docks, which is one of my specialties. Yeah. Got one on the jig. On the jig under a dock?
Decent?
Okay. Okay, boys and girls. So that is the 3rd bass of the day. By far, best day on Lake Chickamauga. We have landed 3 bass. I don't think that's even a keeper either, though, honestly. It's probably 14 and a half. Little stocky dude, but we decided today we are going to go do what we do best, and that is fishing grass and fishing docks. Trying to fish these ledges when we have no idea what to do is the dumbest thing that we've ever tried to do in our entire lives. Had absolutely almost no luck at all. Caught like 1 bass off a ledge and started flipping docks, and look at that, boom. Started fishing grass and boom, giant. So we're gonna stick to what we know best. I'm gonna throw this jig around a lot of docks and hopefully catch some good ones. Having a lot more fun now, guys. So literally like the first dock that we rolled up to, I catch a fish immediately. It wasn't a big one, but it just keyed us in on the pattern. It's like, okay, there's some fish around these docks.
On the jig.
There's a good chance that there might be a big one under one of them too. So we keep moving down this stretch, hoping that we're gonna run into some keepers.
Try it.
Oh. It's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one. That's a keeper. There we go. Up under the freaking dope dock, dude. Oh, heck yeah, brother.
Hit mine.
You gotta bust out the Carhartt. It's 90 flipping degrees out here, but I really don't want to get wet. Roll the old Carhartt bibs on, baby. We're gonna get soaked. All I know is we no longer have the most ideal dock fishing conditions, to be honest. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, whoa, look at that. Oh, it's right there, swirling. Got him. It's a good one too. It's a keeper. 2 bass and like 3 casts. Yeah, it's like probably a barely keeper. She's kind of skinny though. Dude, we're catching them today on the jig, baby. On the freaking jig. Got one, swimming the jig. Swimming the freaking jig. We started, working our way down the bank, and I was catching him just swimming a Denny Brower half-ounce football jig to the boat. I mean, it kind of looks like a bluegill. It's definitely not designed to be swam through the grass or anything, but I was catching a ton of fish, just straight reeling it in. It seemed like they were chasing stuff. I think that had a lot to do with the storm front that was rolling through. I mean, we're past our one spot, and I took 30 minutes this morning, right?
Oh, we're well past that.
Yeah. Go! Swim the jig.
Hey, what is this? I think they pulled off the dock.
I don't know, but
I feel like that's legit.
it's another one, though. That's another one right there, boys. Oh, it should be a close one. Like, where's the bump?
Yeah, right on.
Like, she's like right there. So that's probably a keeper. Honestly, this would probably go in the box right there. She's a very bad line burner. We would not want to weigh that fish in, but that's like our 4th keeper of the day right there, which is very good compared to 2 keepers for 2 days. 4 keepers in 1 day is real nice. And we just started getting on this dock, but we've honestly only been doing this for like the past hour or 2. So once again, it got a little bit dicey out there. A little bit of a storm rolled through, but we made it off the water and we headed to Bryan College for the last pre-tournament meeting before we get this Bassmaster National Championship underway here. So we walked through the door, and I've heard that at these Bassmaster National Championships, they give away a ton of stuff, and I was pretty blown away by the amount of stuff that we got. So we make our way up to the line, and they basically just start showering us with stuff. We have Carhartt shorts and Carhartt hats, and we have Berkley baits, and they're just like throwing stuff at us. And that's super cool to see that these big companies, you know, they really see the future of the sport in these college anglers. And it's so true. If you guys look at the Bassmaster Elite Series now, don't quote me on this, but it's like a 5th of the guys that are on the Elite Series or something came from the college ranks. So it's super cool. You've seen what Jay Lee and those dudes have done. And yeah, these big companies, you know, they see that and they make sure that they get their foot in the door and they give us a lot of really cool stuff. So huge shout out to Carhartt, Berkley, all the sponsors of Bass. It means a lot to me. I got a whole bag full of goodies from that. So after we got that bag full of stuff, we headed to the auditorium because we still needed to find out who the team of the year was for the regular season events, and also they had a few speakers for us and some more sponsor giveaways, all sorts of stuff happening. So let's head to the auditorium right now.
At the end of it all, at the end of those 4 tour events, we would have a team of the year. These teams go out and they can fish in 1, they can fish in all 4, they can fish in 2 or 3. We have some teams in here who just fish in the state championship. After it was all said and done, all the points were tabulated. There was 2.73 points separating first from second place. There was only 1 ounce. We totaled the total weight of full field days only for tiebreakers. There was only 1 ounce that separated first and second place. We haven't made it official until this point, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to announce the 2019 Carhartt Bassmaster College Series Team of the Year that's presented by Bass Pro Shops from Bethel University, KJ.
Bethel University, the team, they all stood behind us the whole year. We all have each other's backs. My family, KJ's family, took me in as their own. I can't thank my mom and my stepdad and my grandparents enough for doing everything for me all these years. Thank y'all.
Let's get some Carhartt ready for Spencer Lambert, our reigning half of the Team of the Year from Long Monroe. Ari Spencer. Here, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for these guys one more time. We're going to bring up some folks because we got a lot of stuff to give away to you guys. First, I'm going to bring up the strategic partnership person from Carhartt, our title sponsor. He's going to come up.
With that said, we'd like to give you each our Harness Working rain suit. This suit will outwork the ball and hopefully for years to come. So thank you.
So they crowned the team of the year, and they got almost $10,000 worth of prizes from sponsors between Carhartt, Humminbird, Minn Kota, all sorts of goodies. And that's just absolutely insane. They fished like a couple college tournaments, and now they're walking away with like 10 grand worth of prizes, which is super cool to see. And so after that, the keynote speaker came in, and he was a veteran, and he talked about how he served our country and some of the most insane stories that I've ever heard in my entire life. And I didn't feel comfortable filming it too because I wanted to give him my full attention and full respect while he was talking and stuff too. So I didn't even get like any little B-roll clips or anything, but it just really put things in perspective. Like, we're out here, we're having a good time, we're fishing a tournament, and it's because of what guys like him sacrificed. He literally had his entire chest cavity blown open. He's seen his friends die right in front of him, and it just really put everything in perspective that we're able to do this because of what they have sacrificed for us. So, like I said, I didn't film any of that because I didn't feel comfortable doing it, but it was a really, really moving speech, and it was really, really cool that the Bass staff got someone like that to come out here and speak to us. So that pretty much wraps it up though for that little finale, and pretty much all we have left to do is go fish the biggest tournament of our lives the next day. We've practiced for 3 days, we had 2 terrible days of practice, and finally this last day we started figuring stuff out, so we felt a little bit better, but that's it. That is all of practice. That is all the time we had to figure out these fish on a lake that we've never been to in our entire lives, and now all we have left to do is fish. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series. It's been super fun to make. I hope you guys hit that subscribe button and follow me for the last 2 days for the actual tournament series. All we have left to do is go out there and catch the 5 biggest bass that we possibly can to try to make that top 4 cut and make the bracket so we could go to the Bassmaster Classic. And that's it. So stay tuned, guys, and the next video, we're going to be fishing for a chance at the Bassmaster Classic.